sacristy hidden from public view. These people are preparing for one of the most important events on the Vatican calendar, the Pope's ordination of 9 new bishops. One of them, Monsignor Timothy Broglio, who will soon become Archbishop Broglio, arrives to put on his vestments. For the Monsignor, this ceremony is a pivotal moment and signals his assumption of an awesome burden.
It is a very striking thing. It is a very deep responsibility, and it does put you in immediate contact with Peter and Paul and James and John and all of the apostles, and then all of their successors throughout a wide sweep of history, almost more than 2,000 years of history.
La portinaia che sta a Via Urbana ha detto me lo deve salutare tanto perché ha detto mi è rimasto e dico sta tranquilla che ha detto che pregherà per lei.
Grazie, di questo ne ho molto bisogno. Grazie tanto. Grazie.
Preparations for this ceremony have been underway for weeks. The boys of the pontifical choir have practiced each recently composed song ad nauseam.
Adesso marca la...
The Master of Liturgical Ceremonies has planned and rehearsed the entire event. And at the Vatican printing office, the elaborate programs are flying through the presses. In the basilica itself, the symbols of the new bishop's office are laid out, the traditional bishop's hats or mitres, and each new bishop's crozier or crooked shepherd's staff. Like almost every major ritual event at the Vatican, the ordination will take place inside St. Peter's Basilica, a building whose link with the past lends incomparable power to any ceremony that unfolds within. The Basilica is a monument to Peter, whom Jesus chose as the chief apostle, declaring that Peter was the rock on which he would build the church. Because Rome was the capital of the empire, Peter, along with the apostle Paul, came here to spread the faith early in the first millennium. But early Christians were often persecuted for their beliefs. According to church tradition, in 64 AD, the Apostle Peter was arrested, brought to one of the great imperial circuses in Rome, and martyred on an inverted cross. His body was taken outside the walls of the arena, and there, on the side of what was called the Vatican Hill, he was buried, perhaps in a small roofed grave. Almost 300 years later, Constantine, the first Christian emperor of Rome, declared that a great church should be built on the site of the tomb of St. Peter, which had evolved from a simple grave to a small shrine.
Now, what's interesting about the actual location of the basilica is that the terrain, the hillside, the imperial circus, a Roman road, a cemetery, made this an almost impossible site to construct a church. But the emperor insisted it must be there, and the axis of the church, the place where the altar would be, must be precisely there.
Anchored on the grave of the apostle, the first St. Peter's Basilica incorporated the original shrine into the altar floor. The basilica, Constantine's memorial to Peter, lasted about 1,200 years and was then torn down to make way for the new church. But by then, in a remarkable twist of fate, the ancient Roman graveyard beneath the church had all but been forgotten. The secrets held there, including details of Peter's burial, would not come to light again until the 20th century.